Are you wondering what the voice knob is for on the Fender Champion 40? Well, this video will clear up any confusion by demonstrating to you what the voice knob actually does so that you can get the tone that you want. Hey, I'm Derek at 5 Minute Music, and I have over 25 years experience playing the electric guitar, working with amps, teaching students to use their amps, mixing live sound, recording in studios. So I am excited to give you 3 things that will help you use the voice knob. So let's get started. The first thing that will help you use the voice knob is to understand that it's grouped into 4 families or styles of amps. They are Tweed, Blackface, British, and Metal. Let me explain. The Tweed amps refer to the old classic Fender amps that were covered with the Tweed fabric, while the Blackface amps refer to the classic Fender amps with the metal black faceplate where the control knobs were. And then we move to the British amps. Those refer to amps that are made in England, like the Vox and Marshall amps. And then the metal amps, just think of those as the high gain, newer style amps. So there you go. There's the 4 families of amps. Now, if you're finding this interesting and useful, would you please click like so I know I'm giving you good content. Let's move on to the next point. Now, each of the 4 families or types of amps has 3 options inside of it. And that's indicated by this indicator light right here. See how it's green? So inside each one, they've got a red, green, or yellow setting, and the light marks it red, green, and yellow. So you have 4 families of amps, 3 styles of amps inside each one of those for 12 total different kinds of amps. So this is going to be fun. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hook up my guitar and I'm going to play for you, and I'm going to scroll through each one. And then on the screen, you'll see listed like Tweed, green, and what the amp is. So I'm going to go through one by one. I'm not going to change any settings on my guitar. I'm not going to change any settings on the amp except for the voice knob. So you get to hear purely what impact the voice knob has on the sound. You ready? Here we go. A real quick explanation is needed before I start playing. The Fender Champion 40 is a 2-channel amp, and the voice knob only works on the 2nd channel. So what you do, you go to the channel select button right here, you push it in. See how those lights came on? That's the channel indicator light and the voice light. So remember, 2 channels, just push in the channel select, and when those lights come on, you're good to go. All right, listen to this. So having heard that, the third thing that will help you use the voice knob is this. The amps and the tones are arranged in chronological order. So Tweed, think like 1950s, early 1960s. The Blackface amps are particularly modeled after the 1965 Blackface amps. The British amps, think 1960s, 70s, and 80s British amps. And then the metal, just think 1990s and 2000s. So why would that help you, knowing that they're in roughly chronological order? So here's how that would help. So let's say you're playing along, you hear a song, and you love the sound of it, and you're thinking, well, how can I get my tone to sound like that? Well, if it's a song from the 1950s or early 1960s, there's a good chance that it could be a Fender Tweed amp. But if you're listening to something that's more metal, let's say, we'll go with the metal. Or 70s, harder rock. Well, try the British channel. You see where I'm going with this? So if you know what you're listening for and you know the time period of the music you're trying to play along with, you have a good idea of where to start. Now, of course, here's the trick. The further you get along, newer artists can use older amps. So brand new artists can use Tweed amps. So just because it's newer doesn't mean it's a newer amp. But that gives you kind of roughly a good place to start at least. So I hope that helps you. Now, having heard the 3 things that will help you use the voice knob and actually getting to hear the voices, if you're thinking this amp sounds amazing, I want to tell you that you can buy it now by going down in the description and have a link that says buy now. Right now, it's $199.99 on Amazon, and they're shipping it out in 2 days. With taxes and all, I received it to my door in 2 days for $216. So it's an amazing amp. I highly recommend it. It sounds amazing, and I would love for you to pick one up. So jump down there in the description, click on buy now if you want it. If, however, you have more questions, the question of the day down in the comments is, what other feature of the voice knob would you like to know? But don't limit it to that. If you want to know anything about the amp, just drop me a comment below. I'd love to answer you. So if, too, you would like to see more videos on the Fender Champion 40, I've got one right here for you that'll give you a lot more details about the amps in 3 settings. I've got a video right here about how the Champion 20 and the Champion 40 stack up. And as always, if you click right here and subscribe and hit the bell, you'll be the first to know to get cool reviews like this. So thank you for your time. God bless. Have a good day. Bye.